Mijakwad, Indigenous, Makwad, Nindodem, Odawa, Saiganing, Nindunjaba, Nagani Beneshikwe, Nagani Benesh, Medewe Gishigukwe, Mamewa, Zagiwin, Ogama Benes. My namesake here, Lucy Mustache Begay, from the Coudray, up near Hayward, Wisconsin, is where our home is. I'm going to speak from the heart because I remember her as a little girl from Chicago area. She was a founder with her husband, the late Eugene Begay. They founded the American Indian Center in Chicago, Illinois. They made sure that we were in our regalias, our traditional dress that I'm wearing today of the Anishinaabe people. We wear our dresses for the medicine and the healing that we brought in this morning. And miigwech to our singers, the heartbeat of all nations, to sing in honor of our ancestors. We spread the positive energy among the audience here because the Creator gave us this day. Mijakwad, as you notice, it was a beautiful clear sky out there. That's my Indian name, her Indian name. She was from the fish clan, the sturgeon clan. Her ancestors, along with all of our grandparents, suffered back in the day, as she spoke before me. They did what they could back in those days. From having to be relocated to the cities, they had to find jobs, they had to find places to live and work. They worked hard at keeping the Indian Child Welfare Act, bringing that in 1978. They worked hard with the treaty rights. It ended up flooding our lands of the Coudray, the Northern States Power Company. It flooded the ancestors' graves on the Chippewa flowage, our wild rice beds. We had to endure the strengths of what they had to. There was no running water. There was no electricity. There was outdoor toilets. Very hard times. And then the HUD homes came in, separated our clans, our families, into 29 communities. But as our teachings in the Wet'at Way, as a namesake, the Mijakwad name that carried on all the way through 5 generations of knowing their family and being raised among each other from Chicago to the Coudray. I'm very thankful for this museum because that's one of my childhood memories, was dancing in the museums of Chicago. Dancing by the Green River. Hopefully our water never turns that dyed color. Hopefully our water ways of the Great Lakes that our families came from to find the food that grows on the water, the wild rice. May they always be there. May we always have clean water. That's what I pray for in all of us women, all of our families, and all of yous. Because we all know we're not going to be able to survive without water. We have one earth. As we all know, we have to get along as diversity of those Chicago days and learn the languages. Her daughter is now the founder of Wadukadaden, fully immersed Ojibwe program that my granddaughters are going through, and my grandson now. To hear them translate to me back from my relative that's on his last days, to always use our language. She came from the boarding school days of remembering those days where we couldn't use our language. We couldn't dance. I don't want my grandchildren to never ever not be able to use the language. I want them to always remember who they are, where they come from, and where they're going in the end. Because that's very powerful. Our language, where we come from, our homelands, and our Creator, the Spirit of all living things that are surrounding us. The water is so sacred. The trees and the plants that grow among us, where we're from. The animals that provide the food. The traditional medicines that are out there to cure cancer, they're out there through those ceremonies of those songs. The beadwork that she created, like all of us have our regalia, is one of a kind. You won't see it anywhere in the world, and you will not see it in the museum unless I'm gone. But I don't want it to be gone that way. I want it to have it be alive. I want it passed down like we're told with the stories from our elders, to have it passed down to my grandchildren. May they continue to dance as we fought to be in the parades and the museums and the schools, to educate, to build that bridge that their family and all the other families have done for us. And I always want to have them continue that freedom. The freedom of this homeland. May it be protected with strong voices from our hearts and from our experiences, that we'll never be able to be afraid of standing up for who we are and telling our own stories. I haven't learned what I know from any books. I've learned from being taught from these strong grandmothers who always opened their doors. They always had food on the table. They always had tea on that wood stove. They always welcomed you in their homes. You tired? Sit down. Want something to eat? Give you a place to wash your face, to rest. We always took care of our elders. We always took care of the babies. They were the midwives. All the way around, full circle to the end. They dressed them right there. They sewed the beadwork. They sewed their regalia for their clothing to the spirit world. They made the moccasins to wear. They cleaned and dressed the deceased. All the way, full circle. We never left our children behind. It's very important so that they will learn their language, their culture, their traditions, their heritage, so that they will stay powerful and strong, as nothing can take away our spirit. It's not for sale. Our land, we have to take care of it. We have to take care of our homelands for the benefit of our children that they work so hard for, and to keep the language alive by learning it again. so that they never had, as I was, to be who I was. So I danced. I danced many miles from Chicago, just like my dad drove semi. I believe I danced all the way around the United States and Canada and overseas. This is what my grandmothers taught me. To learn about our regalia, our beadwork, our dresses, our dances, our songs, our traditional medicines, our way of life. And I'm very proud to be Ojibwe. I'm very proud to represent that name because I now have 100 namesakes that I oversee to make sure that if they need help with their Indian name or to find their clan or to know who their ancestors are on their family tree or to know how to make their dresses or to know how to dance to those songs. I didn't learn it in the book. I learned it from our ancestors. And I want to say a big miigwech to be able to stand here in front of you today to share that with you. A big miigwech to Gitchimanidu, our Creator, for blessing us right now with this precious time of life. As all of us, may all of you remember your ancestors too. As I know they're all down smiling upon us. You're going to feel that spirit. You're going to feel their spirit and their love. And all you have to do is think of them. Think of their name. And they're going to be close by. Before I rode down here, 6 hours, 11 eagles surrounded me. I didn't have the money to come down here. And then all of a sudden, I was able to get the cash to come down here. And all of us were taken care of very well in this homelands. And those eagles sang, and you could hear their wings flapping. And I put out my asema for them because they fly the closest to the Creator. And I wanted permission to speak on behalf of Ojibwe, my namesake. I had the honor to do that, and I was nervous and scared. But the older ones always say, speak from the heart, because that's the truth. That's your own experience. And that's what they gave to me, the blessings. That's what I feel. Those blessings from the eagles that bring our messages in our prayers for our loved ones. That they can always guide us. And that we can always learn the trades that they've done for our people. They endured hardships. And then we want to make sure as grandmothers now, myself, to make sure our grandchildren and the children around us are taken care of.